Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All honors to you, brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, this so-called white woman is going to say what we always knew. I grew up around, these Edomites, man, when I moved to England. And I remember when they were just openly racist as hell. And what pretty much happened is the era of political correctness came through, and as more and more so-called black people, ethnic people moved into the area, all that kind of disappeared. Right? And the same people that would be doing all that would just go on the ground. All right? That doesn't mean that they've changed. It's just the way they express it is hidden. All right, and that's why the era of political correctness, man, put Jake to sleep, because they just don't realize nothing's changed. Right? In their hearts, these devils still hate you, Jake. They always have. That hatred has never gone away. Just because they don't openly call you a Nigger, all right, doesn't mean that they don't hate you. All right?
My name's Kylie, and I'm obviously white. I grew up in a conservative white family, and I know there's been a lot of discourse about whether white people should talk about racism, and here's my argument for why I think that not only should we, but we have to. A lot of racism in white families occurs behind closed doors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You didn't need to tell me that. You don't need to tell me that. I know what time it is.
Been over at friends' parents' places and heard them say some pretty obscene things about people of color, assuming that I am on their side simply because I am white. Obviously, this makes for some awkward conversations when I do call them out, but point being, the depths of the racism and the darkness that seeps in deeply into these families can only, in my opinion, truly be exposed by other white people, because they will never be their full racist selves around anyone who.
Well, they're gonna start being it now, because the era of political correctness is gonna go. Now you're gonna have the unapologetic devil. These devils are gonna go back to that unapologetic nature, where they're gonna show you uh, their hatred.
Who's not white. They like to save face publicly and say that they're not racist, but then again, if you go into their homes and you hear the things they say, that would suggest otherwise. I just encourage you, if you're a white person and you know people.
Yeah, don't listen to be racist, man. We ain't got a problem with that. Your time is coming anyway. Just go full racist. Like, why you don't play games with it? All right. But listen, the scriptures is clear. All right, when it comes to these Edomites and how they feel about us, and that's not gonna change. All right, that's it's never gonna change. All right, Esau and Jacob, we weren't meant to be friends. That's just how it is. All right, we're not. I'm not. We're not butthurt. We're not seeking our love from you Edomites anyway, because it don't matter. All we need is power. We don't need Edomite love. All right, that's just, it is what it is. Jacob been spending the last 500 years begging the so-called white men to love them, in hope that Esau will have the change of heart and Esau will love them. That if you're a Hebrew Israelite, you understand that it doesn't matter whether Esau love or hate you, and you understand that he gonna hate you anyway. What we desire is authority. All right, we don't need Esau's love. All right, this is Ezekiel 35 and 2. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, all right, and prophesy against it. Now, Mount Seir represents Edom. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee and make thee most desolate. See, we're coming from a mind frame. We're not trying to make a resolution with Esau. We're not trying to redeem Esau and redeem the relationship. Okay? The relationship's done. All right? Jacob and Esau, nah, we're done. Right? What we're looking for is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to bring judgment against this man. And that doesn't require his love. All right, and that's one of the biggest problem with Jake, is Jake seeks Esau's love and what's it called? What's the word? Approval. We as the Hebrew Israelites, we don't seek Esau's approval, neither do we seek his validation, neither do we seek his love. We don't need none of those three things. All we need is the love of Yahweh, the love, approval, and validation of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And that's the difference between us and the 2/3. Because no matter which way you slice it, they all seek in the love, validation, and approval of the so-called white man. Point blank, period. That's what the civil rights movement was really all about. And that's why Jake has been able to be fooled by the Democratic Party and the left and all these guys, because they're just they're desperate for an Edomite that says, oh, I love black people. I love fried chicken. You know, you're desperate for an Edomite to love you and love what you do and love the way you are. They're desperate so Esau can use that to his advantage. And they have used it to his advantage. In using the political correct era, they put you, Jake, to sleep. And they used the left to destroy Jake. Because the left was really your enemy. But you were just so desperate for there to be an Edomite on your side, you didn't think to yourself, oh, hold on, like, can an Edomite even be on my side? No, they can't. The Edomites are for Edomites. Point blank, period. But you dumb Negroes, oh, Bill Clinton is a black president. Like, you come on, man. Bill Clinton hates you. Bill Clinton, Biden, Hillary Clinton, these are all devils, man. They hate you with a passion. They just play the role of the politically correct to undermine you. All right? When they go behind closed doors, these left wing Edomites and these right wing Edomites all think the same. And eventually you're gonna wake up to that fact that there is no difference between them. It's just the role that they play to play you, the good cop, bad cop. When you see them police interrogations and one cop is playing good cop and the other one's playing bad cop, like, they're not against each other, they're playing you. When they go out of the room, they're talking about you. They're like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. But he'll come in there, oh, do you want a cup of coffee? I understand. You're a good person. Yeah, they're playing you. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. They've had a perpetual hatred for our people, man. And that hatred is going to come back out straight up in the open, man, for everyone to see. All right? These Edomites, they're done with the whole political correctness and all that BS, man. White guilt. That's how that played its purpose. Now they're going to come with that realness. And that's when Jeremiah the 30th chapter and the 7th verse is going to come into play. The time of Jacob's trouble. Because these Edomites are going to show you who they really are and what they feel about you, Jake. And they're bloodthirsty. Right? They really hate you, man. And they don't need too many excuses. All right? When you hate someone, you're just looking for an excuse to take them out. When you love someone, that's when you start giving allowances and, oh, it's okay. When you hate someone, the slightest thing they do, that'll be the opportunity. Yeah. Get him. and that's why more and more across the world, you Jakes are being painted as a problem in society that has to be dealt with. And that's how more and more Edomites are openly speaking about you. Just go on Twitter. They speak about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians as a problem that just needs, like a pest, like a infestation, like a cockroach, like a group of cockroaches that need to be exterminated. It's just true. All right. And a lot of them now, they're so used to doing it behind Twitter, they're going to start saying it. The more and more you have public speakers like Matt Walsh and these guys, they're going to start saying things like that. The more bold they're going to become. There's something known as a silent majority, where it takes a person to come out and publicly say what everybody's thinking. Right? That's what's known as the silent majority. The majority of these Edomites are thinking you Negroes are a fucking problem and should be shot down in the street and F George Floyd. But then you'll have some of them that won't say that because they know they think there's going to be a backlash if they say it. You understand? They're going to get cancelled or political correctness. But that era is gone, I'm telling you. You watch and see how these devils switch up the game on Jake. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, And that time of the calamity is coming again. This is the time when the Lord's going to say, enough is enough. That you, Jacob, done too much. And he's going to allow the devil, which is his sword, to put hands on you, Jake, as a punishment. All right, in that time that their iniquity had an end. And that's going to come back in a big way in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. The Lord is going to use Esau to put hands on a lot of you Jakes, man, and your families. All right, but Esau gonna get paid back for that. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Because ultimately, the Edomites, they're gonna get broke up. But man, listen, me personally, because of my life experiences, I always knew that these devils, right? I know how many times, man, growing up, yeah, like my man would be there all cool. And then when you're gone, next man are telling me, oh yeah, when you were gone, he was calling you this and calling you that and saying you're end this and end that and being racist as hell. And the only reason why a lot of that stopped, and I got the brother Rakar Makapash, he can tell you, the only reason a lot of that stopped, like, is when there was some raw jakes here that would just punch man up here, like, and then man was scared. So now they don't want to say them kind of things no more. When you start getting a bit of a majority in the area or a strong minority where they could get fucked up for saying some shit, yeah, they ain't gonna say it, especially publicly. But that don't mean they've changed in their heart. They still gonna be what they are. It's no different to me. I could go around Edomites, I hate the hell out of them, but they don't know that I hate them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can hide hatred. You know what I'm saying? But that's why the scriptures say this, man. This is the book of Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right? Esau is the enemy, and he's still your enemy, even when it appears that he's at peace with you. He's still the enemy. It ain't gonna be long till he pop off some shit. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. These devils, there's never gonna, they call it the post-racial error. That's what they tried to say when Obama got voted into president. Oh, it's the post-racial error in America. You fools, man. Post-racial. First of all, right, presidents are selected, okay? You can't believe half of the voting figures that they do anyway. Secondly, just because Obama, some homo mulatto, they stuck his ass in the White House, doesn't change anything. Didn't you just see where it said that the rust have not altogether been taken away? Because here it is, you got Obama, but now you got Trump. And they're loving them some Trump. Come on, man. You just got to keep it real, man. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee. Don't be getting close with these Edomites thinking they're allies and that. If you're gonna bring these enemies, if you working with the Edomite, just know they're your enemy and keep a close eye on them. Don't start trusting them. That's where you're gonna go all the way wrong. You use the Edomite, because if you don't use them, they're gonna use you. They're using you. All right? Look at my one Jake telling me about allies. But what about the allies? We don't need a bumbuckler white ally, man. No Edomite allies. Don't need them. We just need your how about Shami Yavashai. But again, a lot of these Jakes, man, they think there's this ideology that it's gonna eat the good Edomites need to overcome the bad Edomites so that the goodness of Edom could prevail, and that's how we're gonna solve the. No, man, ain't no good Edomites, man. They're going into slavery, every single last one of them, and then they're gonna get exterminated. Okay, they ain't no good ones. There's no ones that's on our side. I don't care. Even if you do something against your own people, yeah, that's good for you. You still, I'll use you, but I ain't with you, and you ain't with me. You're still gonna go into slavery. The hell with this bullshit, man. But Jake got a real and yeah, that Jake, obviously he had a white woman. That's why he was all like that. Jake, they get all infatuated with these fucking Edomites, man, because they really want Esau to be their fucking friend, man. You know what I'm saying? To hell with Esau, man. That's my spirit, man. I don't give a damn about these devils, man. I don't want them to be no friends. I got 12 tribes of my own people that if I want to have a friend. If I want to have a brother, I got millions as a sand in the sea. If I want to choose a brother, I don't need no damn fucking Edomite, man, and I don't need no Edomite to smile up in my face and love me either, man. All I need is Yahweh Shai to come back and give me the authority to bust their damn heads, man, and put them into subjection. Simple. All right, we ain't trying to redeem no Edomites out here. Make them, oh, my brother Esau. To hell with that. All right, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna come in like a little snake, undermine thee, take you down, and then put you down and keep you down. All right. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand. So man can't be no right hand man. Lest he seek to take thy seat, because that's all that's gonna happen. He gonna get envious, he gonna be jealous, he gonna get entitled, and he gonna want to take what you got and have it for himself. And that's been the way of the world. That's what Esau did when he went over to the Americas. He didn't share it with Gad, he stole it. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity as charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? You got to treat Esau like he's a wild beast, a wild one. So one that goeth to a sinner, which he's the man of sin, and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? So you gotta be careful with these Edomites, man. You gotta treat these Edomites like what they are, man. Hazardous material. Simple as that, man. So I ain't surprised. I'm supposed to be surprised.
Please say.
I'm supposed to be surprised, and then see she's trying to listen, man. Shut up, man. Some little virtue signaling Edomite, man. You know, she's trying to virtue signal because she wants to be a good person. Fuck out of here, man. All right. Don't give a damn. Right? Your only hope is that you're a Jake. If you're a Jake, then we're good. If you're not a Jake, I don't really care what you want to say, what kind of virtue signaling you want to do. I just read the scripture. Never trust thine enemy. So I don't give a damn what you got to say. Oh, I'm not racist. I call out racist. Man, shut up, man. Anyway, you might as well be racist, you know. So if that, I'm gonna say shut up.